There will be some exceptions, and as I've described, we have tried to keep the exceptions list small, but there will be some small number of activities that will take a bit more time and will not be able to restart immediately at the beginning of phase 2. These are activities which we have highlighted before. They are activities involving large numbers of people that are likely to come into close contact, often in enclosed spaces or for prolonged periods of time. And our experience in Singapore and also overseas experience has shown that in such settings, they are of higher risk and they could result in large clusters forming. So these are your super spreader events, if you will. Right? And the activities and settings include religious congregations, your large venues like libraries, museums, large-scale events and venues including conferences, exhibitions, concerts, trade fairs, as well as entertainment venues like bars, nightclubs, karaoke, outlets, cinemas, theaters, as well as indoor and outdoor attractions. So these will take a bit more time. The government agencies are continuing to engage the relevant businesses and organizations on the safe management measures that would be needed for these specific activities and settings. And subject to these safe management precautions and requirements being put in place, at a later date, we will be able to allow these to resume progressively over time, but not at the start of phase 2, because we still need time to engage all of these businesses and organizations and ensure that the appropriate measures are put in place. So there are also specific rules that we are putting in place for specific settings and events. For example, for weddings, we are allowing for added flexibility, where wedding solemnizations at home or at the ROM or ROMM may take place with up to 10 persons, excluding the solemnizer. And if it's at other venues, they may take place with up to 20 persons. For wakes and funerals, we are allowing up to 20 persons to be present at any one time. There are many parameters that could be progressively eased over a period of time. For example, we talk about the rule of 5 people. It can increase to more later on. We talk about allowing places of worship to get started again. Some venues like libraries and museums, conferences, attractions to reopen. Potentially when they start to reopen, this could happen in a few weeks' time. They could start to reopen at that point in time, but with strict limits in terms of the capacity of the number of people who can enter that venue. And then again, over time, we would increase the capacity limits as we continue to monitor and if we see the situation remaining stable. So we expect this process of review, monitoring, easing. Hopefully it's easing, because you never know, along the way we might have to slow down or even tighten some restrictions. But we expect this process to continue for months before we reach phase 3.